I'm Mollie Chapman, business journalist for Slot Beats and Casino Beats, and I'm here today with Julian, Chief Commercial Officer of Lady Luck Games. How are you doing today?
Doing very well.
Yeah? How are you finding the event so far?
It's been great, typical of an SBC event. Everything's been fantastic. It's well attended.
Yeah.
Catering's fantastic. People are, everybody that I need to meet is here. So yeah.
That's great. Have you had any highlights so far?
Yeah. We actually sponsored the game mechanics session.
Yeah.
And there was really interesting discussions. And since we just implemented one of our top new games with extra mechanics across bonus features and everything, it was great to hear what everybody else was doing in comparison.
So having been shortlisted for the Casino Beats Game Developer Awards for 2 of your titles, could you tell us a little bit about the titles and also what it means to Lady Luck Games to have received these nominations?
We strive to get out games that were a little bit different. So Madame Clues is one of those really different games. It's a single symbol game. Madame Clues, who's a fortune teller, looks into her crystal ball and the symbols come in and out.
Yeah.
Really out of the ordinary for the industry. And it was just really good to see some recognition on that.
Yeah.
But, the second game, Cherry Supreme, classic slot, it's got such a good reception in the industry.
Yeah.
It was good to see that, we were recognized for that.
Yeah. What do you think made these titles stand out from the rest?
Madame Clues, specifically, it's the graphics. And same with Cherry Supreme in that regard. One of our founders, Rasmus Kjar, came from the console side of the industry. He was responsible for the Hitman series of titles on Xbox and PlayStation.
Wow.
Creativity is in the heart of everything he does. He's a creative director. He wanted to come into our side of the industry and really show what great graphics looks like out of the ordinary titles.
Yeah.
So that was a deciding factor on the types of games that we put out, and getting the response back has been phenomenal.
So moving on to your partnership with First Look Games, could you walk us through what this entails and what impact it will have on the company?
Yeah, First Look Games is an interesting one. I've been aware of First Look's product for quite some time. There's been a number of studios that have aligned themselves with them and getting great access to hundreds of affiliates.
Yeah.
And I immediately wanted to be a part of that. We wanted to get that reach out in a more structured way. And the way First Look distributes, the assets and any information, videos, write-ups about the particular games, immediately gets out there to all of the affiliates that we want to be a part of.
Yeah.
And they even do checks on our games to make sure that what's being published out there is correct.
Yeah.
And, it makes our life easier.
For sure. So your next release is Treasures of Tisak.
Yeah.
So could you give us a little sneak peek into what players can expect when playing this game? And just tell us a little bit about what it's about.
Treasures of Tisak is actually our first 3D game, fully 3D game.
Wow.
And we are very, very proud of it. It's the first of our titles that has a buy feature for the bonus round, which immediately takes you into the temple itself so that you can hop along and collect cash prizes.
Right.
It's 15,000 ways to win.
Wow.
With a 15,000 multiplier on your wins.
Yeah.
So it's got gargoyle features that immediately turn symbols into wilds.
Yeah.
It really, we threw everything at it to really show the industry what we're capable of doing.
Yeah.
Because our journey in terms of games development has been mostly on a creative side. And we felt that we were missing the beat when it comes to game mechanics and really seeing what VIP players want, what casual players want. And that was all wrapped up in one nice little bow with Treasures of Tisak.
Yeah.
And we've already got it out exclusively, and we're getting fantastic feedback from the industry. And obviously the numbers help.
Of course, yeah. Sounds like something very different. So it is said in the industry that Malta is renowned as sort of the hub of iGaming. But I was wondering if there are any other markets that Lady Luck Games are looking at entering anytime soon.
I come from the compliance side of the industry.
Yeah.
I worked from the first 5 major jurisdictions up to 35, 40 plus.
Yeah.
Where else is there in Europe and the rest of the world? Obviously, we have our sights set on the 12 plus jurisdictions that we currently certify games for.
Yeah.
Our distribution channels are growing. We want to enter into Ontario, as everybody else is at this particular juncture.
Yeah.
North America, the U.S. is obviously on the cards as well.
Of course.
And you know, the U.S. is mostly a sports betting industry as it currently stands.
Yeah.
Very few casinos, but as the more states open up and start expanding into casino, we want to be front and center.
Yeah, for sure.
Will we be first mover advantage? Maybe not, but we want to come in there with great games that are specific to that market that we know Americans are going to really love, and obviously on the Canadian side, that Ontarians are going to love.
Yeah.
And that's close to my heart because I was born there.
Ah, in Ontario?
Yeah.
Wow. It must have been big news then finding out.
Oh,
about
yes,
the market
there were parades.
There were parades.
Yeah.
Could you also give us a sneak peek into what else your players can look forward to seeing from Lady Luck Games for the rest of the year?
A lot of people have seen that we've signed a deal with King Features, which gives us access to IP like Popeye, Beetle, Bailey, Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
We're going to be pushing those titles out with phenomenal mechanics. We're aligning ourselves with the Popeye title to really show something absolutely different in the market.
Yeah.
I think watch the space.
Yeah.
I think, you know, with the back of titles like Cherry Supreme, Madame Clues, Treasures of Tisak, we're going to be coming out with some great, really interesting titles down the line.
Sounds exciting. I can't wait to cover them on Softbits. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me.